This is me and the, what is it?
Evil conservative?
We are rocking out, and we are rocking out, not Hancock, but close to Hagerstown, Maryland, right?
Yeah, Hagerstown.
Right. Hagerstown, Maryland. So what do you think, Tim?
Oh man, it's been a crazy weekend. Up in Ohio, hanging out with family, checking out some wrestling.
Yes, this would be his intro.
I'm going up the rails on a crazy train.
Right?
We are on the crazy train known as America.
All right, so what do you think? Should we do a fall or what?
We survived? Did we just get sequestered or something? We just get sequestered or something?
Yeah, I think we did. You have the info on that?
I'm here. Are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
There's 173 million people that were supposed to lose their jobs or something. I think
so.
Kept their jobs.
Yes.
I still have my job.
Yeah.
You still have yours?
I still have my job, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know what the whole... You know, they went from Emperor Obama
Yeah.
saying, oh, we're all going to die, apocalypse now, blah, 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 blah.
That's right.
And right before it happened, well, it's not that big a deal. It's not going to be that big.
That's right.
Really?
Hmm?
Really?
Yeah.
Make up your mind, people. Anyways, personally, what I think is they didn't cut enough. They only cut 85 billion. They need to cut another...
That's it? 85 billion.
Billion, yeah. They need to cut another trillion, as far as I'm concerned. There's about 4 or 5 departments that they don't need. When I say departments you got Department of Education, Department of Agriculture.
Right.
I'm not saying those specifically, but some of these departments you really don't need. I mean, you know.
I see.
And you'd be saving a buttload of money.
Wow.
A front load of money, too. But, you know, you quit having these wars and that kind of thing.
What about pay salaries of, I don't know, senators and president and yeah.
Yeah, we...
So what about that? What do you think about that?
Well, they need to cut those back, definitely. That's a good way to save some money.
Yeah.
We need more senators like Rand Paul, who was able to find, I believe it was $600,000 in his budget that he returned to the government.
Whoa, that's a lot.
$600,000, that ain't no chump change.
No, it's not.
And he found it and said, here's this back, you know.
Wow, that's...
Don't know of any other senators or congressmen or even the president for that matter that did that.
No. They keep dipping into, yeah.
Exactly. They want more and more money. They want to figure out how to take it from you, not how to give it back to you. And that's the problem. You got a bunch of bureaucrats and politicians who don't understand what it's like to have to work for a living, to have to barely get by.
Well, didn't we just get a report that the U.S. dollar is down again?
Yeah, I believe we did.
Oh my gosh.
Talking about some places some states are trying to go back to what they call the gold standard.
What is that, the gold standard?
Big question, because it used to be the way they defined or valued money.
Right.
Ironically, the year that I was born, 1971, it went bye-bye.
Yeah.
Good old Nixon, I believe, and those guys were the ones behind that. Actually,
Right.
it was after I was born, a couple years later, but still, the main idea is that the gold standard was gone, and now it's on what they call a fiat system. Basically, you're making money out of nothing.
Money out of nothing. Let's think about that concept. Money out of nothing.
We talked about last week, if we did that, if we printed our own money out of...
Yeah.
That would be...
what would they call it?
Not racketeering.
No.
Counterfeit. Yeah,
Counterfeit, yeah. Yeah. So the government can get away with it, but the American people can't.
Interesting.
Yes, interesting concept.
Oh, then we go all the way back. I mean, if we talk about a blast from the past, it's a group known as the Federal Reserve, which isn't held accountable by the government. It's considered a private practice or bank, if you will. But they're allowed to print money out of nothing, not only for America, but for all these other foreign countries. So all this money that we can't afford to spend is going to Egypt, Israel, and I won't get all into Israel. I know a lot of people are either pro or con. I'm pro, but I don't think we need to be throwing all our money in Israel.
Right.
Honestly, I think we need to take care of our own business in our own backyard first.
That's right. So why should we, be helping people over states or over country when our own people are suffering?
Right. And, you know, it's funny, you see these these veteran, a lot of your homeless people are veterans and people like that who served our country.
Mm-hmm.
And when they came back home, what did they get for it? They got a kick in the pants and
sorry for your luck, kind of thing.
Later, alligator, yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's not the way it ought to be. It ought not be that way, as my dad used to say.
That's right.
We ought to take care of our people, and we're not doing it. You know, we're so busy. We've got over 900 bases around the world.
900 bases. Do we need them?
We don't need any of them, I don't think.
We don't need any of them.
Last time I checked, we won World War II. Did we not win World War II?
Yes, we did. We won.
So we don't need a base in Germany. We don't need a base in Japan. We don't need a base in some of these other places. And I know everybody's like, oh my God, you're crazy. We're
Yeah.
gonna wind up having a, you know, North Korea will get strong all of a sudden.
Right.
Or China will get, really? I mean,
So it's wasting money.
we're wasting money.
Lots of it. Not the president's money.
And where does that money go
Not
to?
the senator's money. Whose money are we wasting?
Our money.
Ooh, the taxpayer.
And there's another topic, taxes.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Do you know when taxes first started?
No, I don't, but I think you told me.
1913.
1913, okay?
100 years. It's only been in existence for 100 years.
And it's changed over and over and over again, probably.
Oh, they change it. They change it to the point now where you got more paper to fill out to do a tax return than you probably do to have a nuclear weapon.
And what about this healthcare thing that what is that?
Obamacare.
Obamacare, yes.
Yes, we can take all your money because not this year, but starting next year, if you do not have health care, and no, it's not the small business people, it's the people that are working,
Yes.
the working man.
Yep.
I believe it starts out with a $250 fine.
Ooh, ouch. That's going to hurt the taxpayer.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And then it goes up from there?
Well, and that's the thing. The next year after that, it goes it's like 540, and who knows where it goes from there.
540. Woo, that's
But
really going to hurt.
on average, it's going to cost the American citizen, I believe, over $20,000.
$20,000.
Time to have insurance now because of Obama.
Wow. So if you're only making $20,000 or less, how's that going to work?
Exactly. It's not going to work.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, you're going to have to portion out half your money just to have health care, and the rest of it, good luck trying to pay your rent, trying to pay your bills, and trying to eat and drive a car back and forth with gas prices.
Right.
What rate are they now?
$3.89 and climbing.
$3.89 and climbing up and down like a freaking roller coaster.
Yeah.
Not the kind you want to go on either.
Well, it was $3.99, but they gave us a little bit of a break.
Yeah, all the kindness of their hearts.
Yep.
They're so sweet. They opened up a refinery somewhere. Oh, we can open it now. The people are bitching too much. I mean, complaining.
Complaining, yes.
Get me started on that. But anyways,
All right.
all kinds of good stuff going on. And of course, now here on the East Coast, we're planning on a big old fun time in about 2 days.
All right.
The last estimate I heard was 5 to 8 inches of snow. Could be
Yeah.
10, could be 12.
Yep.
The
Woohoo.
mountains close to where we're at, you're looking at 12 to 18 inches. But not big.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a wild, crazy weekend. We all survived the sequester. Oh my God, it's a miracle. Praise Jesus.
Okay, so why is it that the Republicans and Democrats and President and Congress, they just can't seem to get a budget going? They keep fighting back and forth, back and forth. What's the problem here?
Well, I think you hit the nail right on the head. Republicans and Democrats. And there's only two parties in Washington, D.C. right now.
That's true.
What we need to do is shake it up and add libertarians or add constitutionalists or whatever you want to say. And there's a lot of people out there that say, hey, you know what, we might as well just blow up the whole thing and start from scratch. I don't agree with that entirely, but I do believe if you are going to do that, you need to start with the Constitution of 1776 and the Bill of Rights.
So what you're saying is it's time to clean house
It is
and get out the
time.
trash.
Since tonight is old school night, as the American dream Dusty Rhodes used to say, it's time to take care of business.
Yeah.
Business must be taken care of, and the way to do it is to clean house.
And what do they say? It ain't personal. It's just business.
Business.
Yep.
All right. It's just business, and business needs to be taken care of.
So,
For the Republicans and the Democrats, the only difference is what they want to spend all our money on.
right.
With the Democrats, it's predominantly social programs, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
With Republicans, they'll still say social programs, which they do, but for them it's more military and that kind of thing.
Right.
Why can't we have a happy medium where we spend, and when I say military, they call it defense spending, but it's more like war spending.
Yeah.
Warmongering is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Especially, and I'll say this one more thing, and get another question for me.
Yep.
You chicken hawks in D.C. That's right, I called you out, chicken hawks. You all talk about war like it's some great game that you can play, that anybody can play, but yet I bet I've never seen any of your little candy asses or your kids' asses out there on the lines getting shot at.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, what were you going to ask me?
Well, I just recently went to, I'm not going to say the sporting goods store, but I was told that I went to get some ammo, but I was told I can only have 3 boxes. Well, what's that all about?
Oh, and listening to and I know a lot of my liberty-minded friends aren't a big fan of his, but listening to the Glenn Beck program today on the way back from Ohio, the caller's calling in complaining about only being able to buy 1 box of ammo.
1 box?
1 box.
Ooh, that's ouch.
The old 22, small little rifle 22s,
Yeah?
they can't get a hold of them.
Yeah, because everybody has 22 because they're easy to apparently load and unload, and they're fairly easy to shoot.
And now they can't buy them at the stores.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid we have 22s available for,
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you think of the Second Amendment, it's not just about defending your house. It's not just about defending your land. So I want to take those two. That's another topic for another show.
Right. We have a guy that's fighting over that now.
Yeah, it's the ability to defend yourself and your family against a tyrannical government.
So what you're saying is the government is becoming what, like a Hitler type kind of government?
I would say so. It's tyrannical is what I would call it.
Yeah.
It's tyranny. They want to have their nose in everything.
That's right.
And it's terrible. Turn the Twilight Zone.
Wow.
But that's what they want to do. They want to take over everything, and it just doesn't work that way.
And
it shouldn't work that way.
Do you
It's
eventually
starting to.
think that they will probably do this?
Oh, it's already starting.
It's already starting.
As far as when you say doing this, you mean like taking away weapons and that kind of thing?
Yeah, first it starts out as small stuff, then it's starting to go to bigger stuff.
This is where we go into things that we call false flags.
False flags.
What's a false flag, you may ask? That's when an event happens that creates a public hysteria for them to be able to invoke, and I'll say invoke, their will on the people. Prime example, and this is a sensitive subject and I will tick some people off. Hey, that's what I do, so deal with it. Sandy Hook. Those kids that were murdered, and they were murdered, there's no doubt about it. The doubt, though, is, were they murdered by one crazy person? Or was it a setup? There's
Interesting.
evidence out there that they won't reveal.
Yeah.
But they did accidentally leak before they put the kibosh on it. That was suggesting that there was more than one gunman.
Ah.
The fact that this young man was able to go in there and kill all these people and then kill himself, and yet there were still guns out in the car that he had brought over,
Yeah.
allegedly. You know?
Interesting.
There was people that they have proven audio that were running away from the school.
Yeah.
One of them they caught wound up being a SWAT member from another city, which it's like, wait a minute. Why would a SWAT member from another city be at school before this happened? I
Interesting.
mean, just that alone should make people scratch their heads and say, you know?
Now, since that shooting, there has been more shootings.
Oh, there's been more shootings, but you know what some of those shootings have been? They've been people shooting, defending themselves.
Defending themselves.
Stopping from being robbed, stopping from being... You don't hear about those shootings. You don't hear about, the people that broke into a house where 2 teenagers were there alone. The young man knew how to use an AR-15, which is one of the buzz weapons of the day, and he stopped 3 guys from breaking into the house. You know? Didn't kill... wait a minute. The one person died, the other 2 were wounded. But he did not try to kill them. He tried to stop them. That's all he was trying to do. You know?
So what happened to him? Did he get arrested or anything?
No, he didn't get arrested. It was self-defense. And you know
That's
why?
good.
He was the son of a sheriff's deputy.
Ah.
They tried to break into a sheriff deputy's house. What's that? That alone, you ought to get a
Yeah.
gold star for being the dumbest criminal known. But,
Yeah.
then you break it on somebody that has an AR-15. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Before the ban, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Well, the ban, as it is, hasn't really hit. It's hit some states, like my friends on Facebook that are up in New York and some other states. The ban is on there, but where we're at, wild, wonderful West Virginia,
Yay!
we still have the ability to defend ourselves. Now,
Yes, for now.
I have friends that disagree with me totally about, well, you don't need 30 rounds, you don't need 10 rounds. You know,
Right.
It's not about defending against Joe Schmo the robber. It's defending against the government who, and this has been reported on today in the Glenn Beck program and other programs, and even on Facebook if you read the Facebook pages or the computer,
Right.
over 1 billion rounds of ammunition.
1 billion rounds. Why would the government need that much ammo? I don't get it. Not unless something else is going down that we don't know about.
Yeah, and the thing of it is too, and this isn't talked about a lot, this group called FEMA, Federal Emergency.
Ooh, yeah.
And, you know, I'm not saying this to every person that works for them, because I know some people that work for them, or worked for them, they're good people. But the group itself
Right.
has freight trains, that, and this has been proven on one of the shows called Conspiracy Theory by Jesse Ventura.
Ah, very good, yes.
The FEMA coffins.
The FEMA coffins.
Why are there thousands upon thousands of these black boxes, which are basically body bags, or coffins? What are they using them for? What are they going to use them for? Is the question. They're not using them yet, hopefully.
Yes.
But the question needs to be asked: why are they being used? Watch that show. Watch them go and ask people, and you should have seen the look on those people's faces in Washington. They were just bad. I'll give you a visual of that.
How'd you find that out, huh? You can't have that information,
You're
yeah.
allowed to know that. How did you find out? How dare you ask me that question? You know, we dare to ask that question. And just like the old famous wrestler used to say, just when you've got all the answers, we change the questions. So be prepared, America. We need to be prepared to ask our congressmen and our senators what's going on. If they can't give us the answers, it's time to throw them the hell out. It's that simple.
Have we heard anything about auditing the feds?
The
Or-
Federal Reserve?
Yeah, that kind of like was a hush, shut up kind of thing.
Something that Ron Paul tried to pass a while back.
Yeah, I do remember he was doing that. Yeah.
That one that all these people that aren't awake say, "Oh, Ron
Right.
Paul's crazy. He doesn't know what he's talking about." Over 10 years ago, he talked about a financial crisis that was coming, and the last
That's
time I
right.
checked, we've lost job after job after job, and our economy ain't exactly robust right now.
Nope.
You know,
I don't see any job growth as
before 9/11. In fact, I believe it was in 9/11/01 was when 9/11 happened. He warned about it about 3 or 4 months, I believe, before it happened, that there would be some kind of major blowback,
Yeah.
and that's the way it's termed after him by blowback, and I'll go into that a little bit. From sending our resources and funding these terrorist groups and funding these people, you know?
Right.
And again, it's not about Israel or the Muslim countries. It's about both. You know, a lot of people get on Israel. Oh, they're Zionists. And blah, blah, blah. There's Israelis that do not want war just as much as we don't want war. You know,
Right.
it's the government that's the problem. Same thing with the Muslim countries. It's their government that's the problem. They're run by terrorist groups that only want one thing, and that's to make more war.
So I guess the question is the president and all of Congress, are they above the law?
Well, I think the better question is, should they be above the law? The answer to that is definitely hell no.
And are they for the people
Again,
anymore?
Hell no, is what I would say. They're not for the people. But the problem is the people have sat back and let them take over. They've,
Yeah. Can,
don't get me wrong, folks, I got love for all of you out there, and I've been just as guilty of it as you, but it's time to wake up and not take this crap anymore.
Yeah.
It's time to do the saying is dirty work. Whenever someone mentions politics, it's like a dirty word.
Yeah.
You know? Like I had to visit with my family, I started to mention that word, and my mom's hair turned grayer than it was before. She's just like, no, I know what I'm talking about. And then I understand that. Some people are like that.
Right.
But we need to start being more awake and more alert.
Yeah.
And I was surprised at how much you really knew, but just didn't talk about it. You know?
Right. Can the American people stand 4 more years of Obama? Or
Well, right now, we don't have a choice. We're stuck with them. But we can make sure that he is doing things by the letter of the law as president. And if he steps above or beyond those bounds,
but he's already did that.
well, then it's time to impeach him.
But the American people refuse to step up because they're afraid.
Well, there you go. And it's, it's kind of like this whole thing we're doing right now. People
We're at
are
20
like,
minutes.
people are like, why are you doing this? And it's like, you're going to get yourself in trouble. My thing is, as long as I'm not threatening anybody or making any crazy remarks, shall we say,
Right.
I'm within my rights of the First Amendment. I'm not doing anything to hurt anyone. All I'm asking people to do is to use their constitutional rights to do the right thing, stand up against the tyrannical government that's trying to keep us down.
Right.
Those of you that are my friends on Facebook have seen what I said. It's time to clean house. Get rid of the senators and the congressmen and start over. Instead of getting these, what's the word I'm looking for? Lifetime politicians, get them the hell out of there. Yeah, people may come in and not understand totally. They may make a few mistakes, but I'd rather have someone be willing to make an honest mistake, trying to do the right thing, than some damn bureaucrat in there taking money from lobbyists and not giving a damn about the American people. Well, folks, I am just about home now, so I'm going to go ahead and...
And we're not saying where that's at.
Deep in the hills, in a secure location. But for now, that's all for me, the evil conservative, and my lovely assistant. And hopefully, remember, liberals, Democrats, bureaucrats, all you crats. The bell is not tolling right now, but it is tolling for you. And we will be on you like white on rice to make sure when the time comes, we're cleaning house, and we're all cleaning house. Not just me, not just you, but all of us. Evil conservative. Out.